Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be learning about CSS animation. CSS animations allows elements to change gradually from one style to another. And there are few properties that comes with animation. We have keyframes. Keyframe is not a property, it's a rule. We have animation name, we have animation delay, animation duration, animation iteration counts, animation timing function, animation field mode. We can see that it has some similar properties with transition. So let's see how animation works. Now, the keyframes is a rule that will gradually change our elements from the current style to the new style at certain times. All right, so I would just have a div as always, and I'll give this div class animation. And to style it, I'll simply just use animation in background. We are using a box, so 100 pixel height, 100 pixel. A background color of, say, I don't know if this is good, cyan. And, okay, so we are just basically going to have a box looking like this on our browser. So let's add some animation to it. Now, this is very important that you add animation duration to the elements. It is the same way with transition, that if you do not add a duration, then nothing is going to happen. There will be no effect on it because the default value for duration is 0. So it is important that you add animation duration. So let's start with our keyframe rule. I said this is a rule. Keyframes. And we have that. So our background color is cyan. So let's just say from background color cyan to background color, say maybe sky blue or something. Sorry. That was a mistake. Sorry. Maybe I should just choose from here. So, nah, I don't want blue. I think I'll just do the sky blue. All right. So I think this is basic enough. From our current background color, cyan, to background color, sky blue. Now, nothing is going to happen if we open this in browser, if we save this and then we check it on our browser. Absolutely nothing. Now, why? The reason is that our animation should have a name. So I'll give this change, just a random name. And then I come to the class name and give it animation name, change, and animation duration. Don't forget to always use duration. Duration is the time it would take for the animation to be completed. So say we want it to be completed in 4 seconds. And this is completely optional. You can set the delay as well. It is the same thing with transition. animation delay, you want it to delay for maybe 1 second before it starts. This is optional. I'm not going to use this now. All right, so let's see how it changes in 4 seconds from background color cyan to sky blue. So let's see. I'll probably just use a more visible color because they seem similar. Maybe red and blue. Maybe that makes more sense. All right. So let's see how it turns out. So we can see from red to blue in 4 seconds. I think the cyan is still there. I did not change it here. All right, the cyan is still included. So it's changing from the current background color to red and then to blue. So animation is basically changing the style of an element, maybe over a given duration. All right, so this is for the animation name, animation duration, and the keyframe rule. So moving on, all right, we can also add animation delay if we want to. Okay, let's just do that. Animation delay, say 1 second. So it's going to delay for 1 second before it starts, like so. So we have our animation delay for 1 second. Then let's proceed. We've talked about keyframe, animation name, animation duration, animation delay. So let's talk about animation iteration count. Okay, so let's talk about the animation iteration count. It basically means how many times the animation should run before it stops. So we could say animation iteration count, we could say 3. Now this just means that the animation will run 3 times before it stops. So we won't need to refresh for it to go back. So it will just run 3 times and then it stops. So as we can see, now you could use any value. You could use 3, you could use 5, depends on how many times you want it to run. And there is also, you could also make it infinite. So you should just keep running and running and running. You don't have to, it's not going to stop. So just keep running and running and running and running. But let's just say we want it to run twice, or maybe once, or let's just do away with it. So animation iteration counts allows us to specify the amount of time we want animation to run before it stops. Then talking about animation direction. Animation direction is the direction of the animation. And we have four possible values for animation direction. We have normal, we have reverse, which is backwards. We have alternate, which is, it will go forward first and then backwards. And then we have alternate reverse, which would go backward and then forward. So let's see how it works. Animation direction. Say we want to reverse. So it will go backwards first before it goes, in this case, we're going to have the blue color first, and then it goes back to red, like this. So you can see that the blue pops up first, then it goes back to red, which is meant to be red to blue, but now it's more like blue to red. All right, so the other one is alternate. It goes forward first and then backwards. We have normal as well. Normal is the default. So you don't have to come here and write animation direction normal. Since it's the default. Then we have alternate. And alternate is forward first and then backwards. So it goes red, then blue. It goes forward first, and then it goes backward. Then alternate reverse is just the reverse of alternate. I don't know if what I just said makes sense. So alternate reverse is backward and then forward. We're going to see more example using animation. We're going to have something else. Instead of this, we're going to have more advanced stuff. All right, so that is alternate reverse. It goes backward and then comes forward. So that's it for animation direction. And then we have animation timing function, which is basically the same thing with transition. We have ease, the same thing. We have linear, we have easy, we have ease out, and we have easing out. The same way it is for transition. We have slow starts, it goes fast and then slowly. And then for linear, we have same speed from start to end. Then for easing, we have slow starts. Then for ease out, we have slow end. And then for easing out, we have slow starts and slow end. I don't think I need to dwell on this because we saw how to do that in transition. But if you want me to, then I will. All right, so let's see how it works. Animation timing function. Say we are using linear. So we're going to have it. I don't know if you noticed how fast it was from start to end. It just goes really fast, like boom, blue, and then back to red. So the same thing we apply to notice easing, ease out, slow in, and slow end, and slow start. So that's for animation timing function. Okay, so let's see an example or another example. So we're not going to use this method, we're going to use another method. And just remove this. So we want to change the background color of an element at different stages. So we have a div that have a color or background color of red. So we are not only going to be changing the background color, we are also going to change the position. So it's more like going to moves. Now the name remains, okay, let me change the name so as to be meaningful to moves instead of change. Okay, so say at 0%, that means at the start of the animation, we want it to have a background color of, I'm just going to use random colors here because I'm not really good with choosing colors. So at 0%, it's going to have a background color of purple, and then it's going to move 0 pixel from the top and also 0 pixel from the left. So that is when it is at 0%, stage 0%. Then when it is at 25%, it's going to have a background color of maybe yellow. And it's going to move 100 pixels from the left and 0 pixel from the top. And when it is at 50%, it's going to have a background color of, say, green. And 100 pixel from the left and 100 pixel as well from the top. And when it's at 75%, it's going to have a background color of the background color of red. No, already is red. Okay, now I was thinking we could use Rebecca purple. Or let's say royal blue. No. Black. Keyless is black. And from the left, 0 pixel, and from the top, 100 px. Then the last one, which should be 100%, the background color should change from that to I'll just pick a random color here. I don't know. This. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just pick this. Okay, whatever that color is. And then from the left, 0 px. From the top, 0 px. All right, so I think we are done with that. So the background color of our element is originally red, but now I want to change the style at different stages from the initial states to the end states. Now we could add more styling. That was why I had to include this positioning. We could also add maybe an opacity, or maybe we wanted to transparent, to have a transparent look. It could be anything. We are not limited to color or even this. We could actually do more stuff, add more styling. So we can see how our animation is changing at different stages. It's still moving. It's meant to move. Oh, I think I forgot to include position. It's meant to move. Position relative. Sorry about that. I was meant to include position relative. All right, so now our box should move from one position to another, like so. So we can see, okay, I'll just refresh again and good. All right, so we saw how that happened. Now, like I said earlier, we could add more styling. Animation is basically changing the styling of an element at different stages. So we saw the first example where we used from a particular styling to another. And then we also saw here that we use different stages for it. Okay, so the last thing, I'll just we have a shorthand property for animations. So instead of writing these guys, what if I want to add animation, transition, timing function, or iteration count, or direction? Instead of writing it everywhere like this, we could have a shortcut for it, and that is simply writing animation, and then we start with the name. After the name, we do the duration of the animation, say 4 seconds, and after that, the third value would represent our animation timing function, which could be maybe linear or ease out. So say we are using linear. And the next one is animation delay. Maybe if you want to delay animation for a few seconds before it starts, say 1 second. And the next one is iteration counts. How many times do you want your animation to go on before it stops? So say we want it to run 2 times, twice. And then the last one would be animation direction. Maybe alternate, reverse, alternate, or so you could just include that. Now, instead of having to write this like how I did it before, you could just write it like this on a single line. So that is a shorthand for animation. So in this case, the name is here, the duration, and I want the iteration count to be infinite. So I'll just put that. And I also do not want delay, and I do not want timing function. So I'll just remove this. I don't take them anymore. So with this, our animation will keep running and running. Everything is going to happen within 4 seconds. Like so. Okay, so I would say this is pretty much everything about animation. And if there is an area I did not touch, I'll do that in the subsequent videos. But I really hope this was really easy to understand, and let me see if you have any question in the comment section. And I hope you are able to tell the difference between transition and animation, because I used to have that issue. I used to think they were the same thing. But I'm sure we can see now the difference between transition and animation. Transition occurs within a given duration, but animation is at different stages. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.